What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're going to go into the snake room today, and we're going to take a look at a couple cool snakes. But more importantly, I want to do a little review on a cool new cage liner that I received from Ed Villardo over at CMC, and I want to test it out and see how it absorbs water, and it might be something that I incorporate. Things are falling down here. It's very windy here today at Muscle Serpents Daily. We got a beautiful Florida day. The temperatures just dropped a little bit, which is good for breeding season. Let's go inside and maybe we'll catch some ball pythons locked up. All right, guys, I'm going to show you a brand new product I just got in the mail from Ed Villardo of CMC, Color Morph Creations tub liners. He also sells some great ball pythons. And he said, look, Dave, I got this innovative idea. We're going to start selling these cage liners. I know you have a lot of snakes. I want to send you some of my cage liners. They're kind of unique. They have a really good ability to absorb moisture. Because I use paper towels. I use Bounty paper towels. I do them all in my videos. Everyone knows that. And they can get a little expensive, and you got to kind of cut them to the right size. Although I will say the selector size Bounties work pretty well. But you know, I gotta cut them down to size. Sometimes I gotta go around the water bowls. Whatever the case may be, I'm always looking to save time and money. That's what it's all about. But a lot of the other paper that's out there doesn't really absorb well. Now, on my big snakes, I use U-line paper, which it fits the cage, but it's not the greatest absorber of that I can possibly use. And I don't want to use aspen or coconut chip in all my snakes. It's too dusty and it's a pain in the neck. And I won't clean my cages enough because the stuff is worse, absorbs a lot of stuff. So I like using paper. It's cleaner. I can see what's going on with the animal. It's just more reliable and that's my opinion. So Ed sent me these cage liners. I told him, look, I have a bunch of different cages, but I said, send me for my vision cages. Here's my hatchling vision tub that I use a lot. I use ARS and vision, but this is my vision one. And I'll put the smaller, like the carpet pythons, will go in there when they're born because they're really small. And here's the CMC paper. Now the great thing about the paper is it's perforated here. So what you do is you fold up the ends. And now the reason why they do this is so that you can, if the snake kind of poops up the side of the tub, it's easier to kind of just pick this up and take it out, and you're not going to get it on the sides, at least on the front and back. So basically this goes into the tub here, just like this, with these little sides, these little flaps, okay? You can see this, the little flaps kind of protecting the sides, the front and the back of the cage, and it just sits in here. And now you could, obviously the snake will pee and poop in here, and then when you're done, you kind of grab the little corner, you pull this up, and you take it out, which makes it a lot easier, I think. Now, the question is, does the stuff absorb moisture? So let me get my jug of water, and we're going to simulate right now a snake peeing, which if any of you have seen some of these snakes pee, they pee a lot. Okay, so here we go. We got the water in here, and this stuff, as I'm watching it, it's absorbing this almost like a sponge would, almost like a Bounty paper towel. Pretty good. I got to tell you, it's in literally under 20 seconds, almost all the moisture has been absorbed, and that's what we want. And let me, I'm going to pull this thing out, and it's dripping a little bit, but not too bad. And there's still more that could be absorbed. So this looks good. It's not falling apart. It's not deteriorating. It's holding the moisture well. You could tell that there's some kind of porous material here, unlike just like regular kind of paper that would just, the water would just roll off of. So that's good. So we know it's going to absorb moisture. It's going to absorb, a lot of times, when snakes are going to shed, I like to wet the paper down too, so it makes it easier, increases moisture. So this will absorb your urine. It will absorb moisture if you want to wet down your tub. And once again, if you want to pull this out, you kind of just take it out and throw it away. Put get the new piece right here, slap it in there, bend up your sides. I should have bent the sides up first. I'm only working with one hand here, and you're good to go. And we got another piece in there. And I always put a little moisture in my tubs anyway, so this is good that there was a little water on the tub when I put this in here, and we're good to go. Now, if you want to use a bigger tub, I have, a lot of my ball pythons are in these big Vision D70 tubs. This is a very common size tub that a lot of people use for their snakes, especially ball pythons. I put my boas in here too when they're growing up. carpets when they're growing up as well. So that's important to me. So I actually thought, first of all, I want to say something to Ed. Ed, I've never seen anyone pack anything better than you did. It was almost packed too well. He must have taped, there was so much tape and wrapping and bands around things. If I didn't have like one of those little X-Acto knives, I never would have gotten this paper out. So good job on the packing, that's for sure. I guess you can never overpack too much. Now here's the Vision one. Once again, you want to fold these sides up so that you have the sides are going to protect the front and back of your tub. And you pop it in there, good to go. Super easy, slide your tub back in, put your water bowl back on here, your high box, and you're good to go. I mean, very simple product, very easy design. I think it's going to catch on for people who are lazy like me and don't want to, have to be ripping paper towels all day long. I don't think I would use it for every single one of my tubs, but they'll make them to size, whatever ARS, Freedom Breeder, whatever you got, you tell them what you got, they'll make them so they fit perfectly. This thing fits absolutely perfectly in here. I don't have to adjust anything. I don't have to use extra paper, overlap, nothing. This is done. I'm going to start using it on my snakes, the stuff that he sent me. If I like it, which I think I will because I've already, just the water test alone, I'm going to start ordering. And if you want, it's you can go to cmcreptiles@gmail.com. That's their email address, and you can contact them. This is 100% recyclable, 100% biodegradable. This is virgin paper, 100% all natural. No dyes, no bleaches, no chemicals. So you don't have to worry about, anything coming off into the snake and getting them sick or any kind of fumes or anything like that. It looks like it's completely biodegradable. Once again, you could recycle it, but this stuff it just goes right back into the environment. It falls apart on its own when it's done being used. So good product. I like to review and showcase new products when they come about because I'm always looking for convenience and something that's more affordable. And CNC is doing a good job. Ed, thank you for sending this over to me, and hopefully you guys are going to do really well with these cage liners because, once again, it's all about saving time and money. Well, look at this. Here's a really exciting lockup. This is going to be really interesting, actually. This is a banana orange dream Freeway that I produced, world's first at the time, locked up with a very, very interesting female. This is a Hurricane Enchi Lesser Yellow Belly, 100% het pied. So this can be some really crazy stuff we produced. I mean, if the female throws the yellow belly and the Hurricane, and the male throws the asphalt, and it proves out to be het pied, we can have some craziness going on. Hurricane, Freeway, pieds, with Orange Dream and Banana in there, and Lesser, although we don't want Lesser and Pied. That creates a white snake. We'll take the Enchi though. So we got, it's one of these really cool potential ones, and I'm glad to really see that this male is locking up. This is his first year I'm putting him in the breeding rotation. Here's another spectacular lockup. This is a repeat breeding from last year. This is my male High Intensity Orange Dream Super Enchi Freeway. He's just incredible. Being bred to a High Intensity Orange Dream Enchi Yellow Belly, and we want to produce that, obviously, that super high intensity, super Orange Dream, super Enchi Freeway combination, which I think we produced this year. But great lockup. So we're gonna leave these guys alone. Whenever I see a great lockup, I don't really want to disturb them too much because we don't want to lose them. We don't want them to break up the action. Here's the result of one of those, of that pairing I just showed you, actually. This little boy that I produced might be my best looking Freeway of all time. He, I believe, to be a high intensity Orange Dream. He might be super high intensity, super Orange Dream, super Enchi Freeway. So let's see if we can get him out of here for a second. I mean, this guy is gorgeous. I mean, he is really, really special. Let's see if we can take him outside here for a second. Look at that. He's obviously not going to breed this year. And look at that little ringer there. That's exciting, right? He almost looks like he's part pied, but he's not. There's no pied in here, but when you start getting the super Orange Dream in there, they start that whiteness starts creeping up more, I noticed. Just really nice. And look at the vibrancy of the high intensity gene coming through. Once again, this might be the nicest one I've produced, the nicest Freeway combination of all time. It's so clean. I mean, there's just no dirtiness to it whatsoever. And if you think about what a Freeway is very dark. There's a lot of browns and darkness in there, which is cool in and of itself, but this is such a reduced pattern, and that's probably because I would say it's probably super NG, super orange stream, high intensity. And then of course that Freeway combination of that yellow belly and the asphalt. So one of my favorite combinations from 2020 for sure. And then just to contrast with the last one, we talked about the Hurricane and the Freeway. This is what I believe to be an OD, Orange Dream Hurricane, Enchi Freeway, or Mardi Gras. The Enchi in the Freeway is known as Mardi Gras. And this guy is 50% het pied. So craziness. The Freeway, I just love anything Freeway. I've been trying to make as many combinations that I think are cool as possible. Sometimes they come out great, sometimes not so great. I've been pretty lucky. You can't really miss with anything Orange Dream, Enchi, and the Yellow Belly Asphalt, which creates that Freeway. Great combination. Hurricane just kind of made it a little crazier on that side pattern there. If I hit the Hurricane, but you can see just the wackiness in here, and that's the Hurricane really whacked that out. I've seen these without Hurricane. I've produced them before, and I just don't see this wacky pattern. So this boy is once again, we'll go into the breeding program next year, and we'll try to prove him out. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today. Quick hit. I got a lot of stuff going on, so I don't want to spend too much time in the snake room right now. I'm going to be feeding a little later tonight, but we got to see a great new product, that CMC cage liner from Ed Villardo. They seem to work really well. I got them now for my vision cages. I might start ordering them now for the ARS. I'm going to use them over the next couple weeks. I will tell you guys how I like them and if I'm going to continue using them or not. I think that on paper, they sound great. They look like they work real well when I did the water test on them, so I'm happy. Once again, we're in the breeding season. We're starting to get some lockups, as you saw, and hopefully, we're going to have some good results this year. I still have, by the way, a lot of 2020 babies that have not gone up. Probably 80% of my babies have not gone up on Morph Market. So if you see something on these videos you like, you can contact me directly. But if not, when they do go up over the next, couple weeks, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. All right, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit the like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.